One day, as he was teaching the people in the temple and proclaiming good news, the chief priests and the scribes, along with some of the elders, came up and questioned him. Tell us by what authority you do these miracles, and who is it that gave you this power? He answered them, I will also ask you a question. Now tell me, was the ritual immersion in water of Yohanan from heaven or by human design? They discussed it with one another, saying, If we say from heaven, then he will ask, why then did you not believe him? But if we say by human design, all the people will stone us, because they are convinced that Yohanan was a prophet. So they answered that they did not know from where it originated. Yeshua said to them, Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. They said to him, Yohanan's disciples fast and pray often, much like the disciples of our spiritual leaders, but yours go on eating and drinking. But Yeshua said unto them, Can the guests of the bridegroom fast, as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days are coming, however, when the bridegroom will be taken from them. In those days, then they will fast. He told them a parable. No one makes a patch to sew on an old garment by tearing a new garment. If he does, the new garment will have been torn, and the fabric of the new patch will not match the old garment. No one, moreover, pours new wine into old wineskins. If he does, the new wine will burst the old wineskins. The wine will be spilled out and the wineskin destroyed. New wine must be poured into fresh wineskins. But the days are coming when the bridegroom will be taken away from them. Then they will fast. So no one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, because the patch tears away from the garment, and a worse tear is made. People do not pour new wine into old wineskins, because if they do, the wineskins will burst. The wine will be spilled out, and the wineskins will be ruined. To what then may I compare the people of this generation? What are they like? They are like children sitting in the open market, calling out to each other, saying, We played the flute to you, but you refused to dance, and we sang a sad song to you, but you did not cry. John the Immerser came to you neither eating bread nor drinking wine, and you said, He has a demon. The Son of Man has come to you eating and drinking, and you say, Look at the glutton and the drunk. He is a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Wisdom is proven by all her children. What do you think? A man had 2 sons. He came to the first and said, Son, go and work today in the vineyard. He answered, I will not. But afterward he felt deep regret and went to work. The man came to the second son and said the same thing. But he answered, Yes, sir, I will go. But he did not go. Which of the 2 did the will of his father? They responded, The first son. Yeshua told them, In truth, I say to you that the tax collectors and prostitutes will enter into the kingdom of God before you. After all, Yohanan came to you in the way of righteousness, but you did not believe him. But the tax collectors and the prostitutes did believe him. Yet even after seeing this, you did not have a change of heart later and then believe him. He thought, There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of your estate that is coming to me. He divided all he had from his life between them. Not many days later, the younger son sold out everything and ran away to a far country. There he squandered everything he had in loose living. When he had spent everything, a mighty famine arose in that country. He began to be in want. So he tried to ingratiate himself to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed the pigs. He was longing to fill his stomach with the pods the pigs were eating. No one would give him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread? But I am dying here with hunger. I will arise and go to my father and will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am not worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants.' He arose and returned to his father. But while he was still far away, his father saw him and felt compassion for him. He ran to meet him. He flung his arms around his neck and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am not worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quickly, bring out the finest robe and clothe him. Place a ring on the finger of his hand and put sandals on his feet. Bring out the calf we have fattened and slaughter it, because we must feast and celebrate. After all this, my son was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found.' They began to celebrate. At this time, his older son was in the field. As he came and got closer to the house, he heard music and dancing. He summoned one of the servants and asked what was happening. He explained to him, 'Your brother has come, and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf because he has received him back safe and sound.' But he became angry and was not even willing to go in. His father came outside and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, these many years I have worked for you, and I never disobeyed your commands. But you have never even given me a young goat, so that I could throw a party with my friends. Now when this son of yours turns up again, who has wasted your living on prostitute, you slaughtered the fattened calf for him.' He said to him, 'Child, you have always been with me, and everything I possess is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice because this is your brother. He was dead and is alive again. He was lost and has been found.'"